Madam, I am seeking leave to intervene in this matter because it's indeed several very important issues which have been raised. Some of the honorable members are concerned about the fact that in different wings of governance, there are increased instances of corruption. What should be the standards of accountability? And really, what should be the response of the political system through its legislation and otherwise to all these issues which have arisen? Permit me, Madam, to just take a few minutes and just refer to an incident that took place about 2 years ago. I had gone to attend a meeting on judicial reforms in one of the states where senior members of the judiciary, the chief minister of that state, some other public persons, some media persons, they were all speaking on this subject. And almost there was an echo that whatever went wrong, the blame was coming on the doorstep of politicians. So a very humble chief minister, in few words, got up and made a 3 or 4 minute speech. And it's one of the finest speeches I have heard. He said, yes, we are in the business of asking for votes, therefore everybody blames us. And everybody has said that we are not accountable. But every morning, I am scared every morning as to what the media has to say about my performance. I don't know whether any of you other gentlemen sitting here ever face the same response. I earlier used to face the electorate every 5 years, now it's every 2 years or 3 years, some election, my performance is tested. I have complaints against me to various Lokpals and Lokayuks and other bodies which we have set up. I have to stand up 6 months or 4 months every year and answer to my assembly. Now somebody who joins the civil service for 35 years, does he have to go through these layers? Or somebody who joins the judicial institution, does he have to go through all these layers which I have to go through, but still the popular perception is that every other institution has layers of accountability and I have none. He made this brief speech and sat down, which led to a very interesting debate on this subject. And I think a lot of these issues which we are raising today really are arising out of this whole environment in which we are living, where we have created a suspicion about every acts of government which are elected, which have popular responsibility, which are accountable, and therefore other institutions, whatever they do, would be not tested on the same measure on which various acts of governance and those involved in public life, political life are going to be tested. Let us just see what really has happened. And before I come to this much discussed single point directive, or let us just start with this. There's a very salutary rationale behind it. Mr. Lal Bahadur Shastri was the Home Minister. Grants for the Home Ministry were being discussed. And the issue of accountability of civil service, issues of corruption came up. A committee headed by Mr. Santhanam was appointed. That committee consolidated all the regulations, and those regulations in 1964 came to be known as the Single Point Directive. And the rationale was that those who are in serious decision-making positions, those who have to exercise discretion, those who have to take